But I guess I'd like your thoughts on, how you do still make sure the team's collaborative and,
Yeah.
learnings are being passed to each other without making everyone be there for all 40 hours at the same time.
Yeah. No, I think that's been incredibly challenging. Um, essential when you're working in a sort of cross-functional team, designers, developers, in any team. But especially I think when you're doing in that discovery unknown space where you having to learn regularly that you are together in some sense, you're regularly communicating. And so I think the important thing to start with is, again, what are we trying to achieve? We're trying to achieve regular communication. We're trying to make sure that nobody gets stuck and can't be unstuck. We don't really want people to have to wait for a meeting to be able to make progress if they need to talk to somebody else. Okay, so all these things, right? But none of those dictate being in one place, or sometimes they don't even dictate um, being even online and connected. Some of that conversation can happen asynchronously, right? So if you go back to what are we trying to achieve, then you provide many more options for, how you might achieve those things. So an example for us is that we have a combination of people who are sometimes in the office and sometimes remote, and we have some people who are fully remote and distributed elsewhere in the country and even overseas, right? So, being in one place regularly is not a thing, right? So that helps, right? Because the easy option and just is taken off the table, and not that it would be the solution, but it's just like immediately, okay, we need to think differently about this. So there's some things we want to achieve, and one of those sort of less well-defined things is that we want and we see the value in people connecting and feeling a sense of community and valuing the diversity in the team. So there's and so that's not about achieving anything in particular. So we have half an hour every week where we ask we go around the room, around the virtual room, because everybody is remote for this session. We've picked a day where the majority, if not everybody, is remote, and it's just like a socializing half an hour where we kind of discuss a really interesting topic, or we play a little game, and actually what are we trying to achieve in that half an hour? Well, we call it URPK, right? And it's just like, and we had a sort of a challenge when you joined PK that was RUPK, which was a kind of initiation friendly social challenge. So this is URPK. You're here now, and we are celebrating the fact that we're a community and we have diversity. And so a lot of the exercises are gentle questions that invite you to bring some of you to work. Whatever you're comfortable with, but are providing the opportunity to actually celebrate your diversity and the things that you do in your free time, or something the kind of cringeworthy questions that in some cultures would be cringeworthy, which aren't, but the kind of why are you different? What do you bring to us? How has your history been different to some of our history? And some really, 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 really amusing ones, where people stray when you've got a good culture. You stray into the is that safe for work zone a lot of the time, right? Because actually because you're kind of testing the boundaries, and the best cultures, I think, are having fun and joking and taking the piss out of each other the whole time. And that's just in itself a session that that we didn't have to be in fact, we didn't want to be in the same place for, because we recognized that people are full-time remote and needed some of that. And so then we designed something to bring that to everybody. And it was most effective when most people, or if not everybody, was remote for that session.